Awesome. Give it about 30 seconds and we'll get going. All right, I'd like to welcome everyone who's in attendance here today and everyone online to the regular meeting of council on Monday, February 24th, 2025, held at 4 p.m. I'd like to remind everyone that all mobile devices should be turned off and or switched to silent mode. So welcome everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Monday, February 24th, 2025 regular meeting of council. I'm calling the meeting to order at 4 o'clock on the dot. I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Lake, Councillor Wheeler. And all in favor? Yeah. Perfect. Oh, thanks, Rick. Okay. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? I have a motion. Sorry, this is the motion. So Councillor Lake, Councillor Wheeler, are there any questions regarding the agenda? All in favor? Yep. Carried. Okay, are there any disclosures of interest today? Hearing none. Perfect. Moving on. I have a motion to approve the previous minutes of the regular meeting of council and closed meeting of council held on Monday, February 10th, 2025, as circulated and amended. I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Giuliano. Councillor Wheeler, are there any questions regarding the minutes? All in favor? Yep. Carried. Okay, we have a fairly short agenda today, so we're moving right on to student council reports. Councillor Matos, I'll have you kick us off this week.
Good afternoon, everyone. In the next few weeks, you have quite a bit of grad prep happening. So first, we have a grad meeting on Monday, March 3rd at 6:30. So please ensure you're present or join online to be able to put in your opinions on your kids or your own graduation. There's also grad photos taking place next week from the 5th to the 7th. So make sure you book them online. There's going to be a $25 fee, but you can either pay them online or cash. On another note, the Falcon store is open for the last time this year. So the shop ends on midnight, February 27th. So please get some merch to support your local Falcons.
Awesome. Councillor Anthony?
All right. Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon to everyone in the audience. Since the last council meeting, the NSSSS winter season has concluded in Marathon High School. Both of our senior teams participated in the finals in Terrace Bay, where the girls emerged victorious against Chapel High School, earning a spot in the Enwasa competition in Kenora. The boys finished in a close second, narrowly missing out to the Lake Superior Stingers, who went on to host Enwasa. This week, unfortunately, both teams fell short of advancing to OFSA, that being Lake Superior and our senior girls, rather, with the girls losing in straight sets to the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints of Kenora. The Saints will move on to OFSA in Toronto. As for the spring season, badminton starts tomorrow, which is Tuesday, so anybody who wants to try out, the times are open. Secondly, the polling station will be located in the high school, so I'd like to remind all eligible students or all eligible people actually that are over 18 to vote and participate in their democratic processes for the first time. If they're students, it is essential to express your concerns through your vote during this election. Lastly, tune in to CFNO Thursday nights for local election coverage. I will be collaborating with Mr. Creswell to talk about issues affecting peers and myself and concerns that we have and are appearing in our everyday lives. I'd like to thank Mr. Creswell for the opportunity to work alongside him and contribute to the election night coverage and voice some concerns. Thank you.
Awesome. Wonderful. Perfect. And will that be live on Facebook too?
No.
No, just live on here.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, well, you got Carson to help you. Okay.
I'm an expert in that now.
Actually, can I speak to you for 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
All right, because the actual update is going to be at the top and the bottom of each hour. They're going to be between 2 to 4 minutes. like I did at previous elections, I will do Facebook Live at that time, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tune in Thursday evening
Yeah.
for Carson live on CFNO. Okay. Thank you, student councilors. We're moving on to the CAO report now. Report on surplus land declaration, the industrial park property. Mr. Skorczynski.
Thank you. So one of the strategies contained within the Town of Marathon strategic plan is surplus property dispositions. Administration has identified a land parcel in the industrial park that is prime for disposition at this point. It houses a former water well building, but the municipality has never used. The water well itself has never been in service and will be decommissioned and removed in 2025. The building itself will be demolished in 2025 as well. Both projects will be completed by our own town forces. Bylaw 1617 outlines the procedures with respect to the sale and other disposition of land, including declaring the property surplus to the requirements of the municipality. According to the bylaw, the clerk shall be responsible for obtaining one or more independent appraisals prior to consideration by council of a motion to sell the property, except in such cases where an appraisal, in the opinion of the clerk, or advisable in the circumstances. The administration is recommending that an appraisal is not necessary in this case. An appraisal will be time-consuming and expensive that will not likely result in any additional information regarding resaleability that we are already not aware of internally. The administration is proposing that the property be advertised on the Town of Marathon website as vacant land available for sale. Any proposals will be considered with due diligence and reviewed according to the official planning zoning bylaw. A legal agreement will be put in place to ensure the property is developed and built upon within 2 years, and that the property cannot be purchased and held on speculation. Failure to bid will result in the property being turned back over to the municipality with penalties. Administration is recommending that the minimum bid price for the lot be $100,000. This is justified as there are a few land options available within the municipality that are zoned industrial and are ready to develop/build. Any proceeds from a sale will be recognized as general revenue in the 2025 budget. Options available to council: declare lot 12 in the industrial park as surplus to the requirements of the municipality with the attached resolution. Do not declare the property surplus at this time. Your administration recommends that option A be selected. That the Town of Marathon declare the property as surplus to the requirements of the municipality and authorizes administration to proceed with the disposition of the asset.
Awesome. I have a motion that council hereby accepts the attached report or recommendation on surplus land and declaration industrial park property, and further to that, declare lot 12 of Plan M55M515 pick as surplus to the requirements of the municipality. I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Lake, Councillor Giuliano. Any questions?
Yeah, question, please.
Yeah, go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, good afternoon, and thanks for the report. So we've been looking at availability for industrial lands for a while, and we're hopefully going to have some coming forward with some planning through the official plan amendments and readjustments in 25. But with that being said, the previous lots up in the industrial park went for much less than that. So if you get no other bids or bids that are a lot lower than $100,000, is there flexibility in your motion that you're presenting to council, Mr. Skorczynski?
So what the process would be, if council approves $100,000, is if there were no minimum bids accepted, we would re-advertise at a lower price.
Okay.
So we either have to start lower or go with the number as suggested. And then if no bids were accepted, then we re-advertise again. But if council approves that, then it does fall to administration to make that happen, and we would automatically do that. We do want to move the property, but we want to move it at a maximum value, obviously, especially given that we still have room that we need to make up in the budget. If we can get a higher number for it, then that makes sense from our perspective.
Anyone else? Councillor
Yeah,
Lake?
follow up, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, so I appreciate that, but I just think the reality is that because it's an on-service lot, I know it's an industrial lot, and if you look at the historical values of the previous lots sold, we might be, outside of the box of comfortability for somebody to put a bid on. I'm just being aware for the timelines that we want to get rid of the property and try to put it into the budget is great, but considering that, the value might not be there, but I just don't want to go through a long process for the sale of that property. If there's interested parties, obviously that'd be great, but I just don't want to get us hung up. So I'm wondering if a lower price is suitable, or stick to 100,000 and give yourself some quick turnaround timelines for adjustments if nobody's bidding.
Yeah, our recommendation is 100,000.
Okay.
And once, and for two reasons. Number one, we do have flexibility within our procurement bylaw, which is the bylaw referenced in the report.
Yep.
For the sale of asset. And then once the council approves through resolution, if they approve this report, then it falls back to administration. And the only time we have to come back to council after that is with the actual legal sales agreements. So, realistically, I would say within 2 weeks will be the bid requirements on the $100,000. If we don't receive any, then we go back to the market with a lower price and turn that around in another 2 weeks. So realistically, we have the time, and part of the reason we brought this to council tonight, it gives us flexibility and timelines so we can arrive with a final decision in line with budget approval for 2025 in April.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Councillor Lake?
Yeah, just wondering about the building that's on the site. Is it still in good condition, and would not disposing of it help potentially a higher bid come in?
No, we need to remove the building. There is still a well there. The well has been decommissioned. We dug up the